Welcome to Jurassic Park. Hey guys, I am GreenFly and welcome back. We're doing another video and I got inspired by the recent trailer that came out for Jurassic Rebirth. We're getting another Jurassic movie. But anyway, what was cool about it when I was actually watching it is they go back to the old park. The old one, the original Jurassic Park. And when they were showing some things off, they showed deeps underground of the sealed parts of the facility and showed that there were some failed dinosaurs, ones that didn't quite make the cut, ones that were uncontrollable, very uncontrollable. And they showed off a mutant T-Rex. It pretty much is supposed to be a T-Rex, but you could tell this one looks more aggressive and a lot bigger than a normal T-Rex. I suppose it makes sense, it's mutated. So I thought, why not draw some mutated dinosaurs? Take some other ones that they kind of showed in around the park and all that, and actually mutate those as well. So this should be pretty cool. I kind of like doing these kind of things. It can be definitely a bit of a challenge, and it can be, well, it's like, how twisted can we make them? How failures were these creatures until we got to the ones that we actually get to see around the park. But yeah, let's draw some additional ones that were sealed away in the depths of Jurassic Park. The other failed dinosaurs. Let's jump over to the drawing tablet and yeah, let's get started on drawing some mutated dinosaurs. The Triceratops. This is one of the ones that I've decided to choose for mutating some dinosaurs. As I was kind of doing this before I kind of decided to start mutating it, I thought I should get of actually, drawing it. Not every time I draw dinosaurs. Decided I'll draw the rough kind of parts of the dinosaur, so then I kind of know where I'm going to go from there and go, right, where should I start mutating? Well, I kind of thought, well, what if its horns are oversized? Like, really oversized, like so oversized it practically takes up most of his head. Like, his three horns pretty much merge into one giant horn, almost like a rhino has pretty much just like one horn and a small horn, but this is like practically the whole head, like the whole head pretty much. And I also kind of wanted to add, I decided, well, kind of take inspiration from the mutated T-Rex, which actually has, I think it's like other legs or it's like other arms. I'll have to double check it myself, but it has more appendages. So I was like, okay, well, how would this stabilize itself? Because its head's heavier, so I'm like, an extra pair of legs would probably help it, and it'd probably run faster as well. So there's that. It can't see you, but it can smell and it can hear you, which it's usually quite peaceful, but the problem is these things can be quite violent because they don't really know the surroundings. So their most safest way of making sure they survive is just charge at anything that doesn't sound like their species, which to everything else is extremely dangerous because with such a giant horn as it's going to be extremely difficult to dodge it. And it's going to be able to run faster. Just what you want when you're trying to dodge this thing. So definitely one of those things that you don't want to run into. That's definitely for sure. And I thought that would kind of suit it as well. They pretty much were like, okay, well, it can't see. So we don't really want this thing damaging our walls, the barriers and all this. So this was definitely, they would probably say this is definitely a failure. I mean, the pattern and the colour of the dinosaur looks cool, we're getting there, but we might want to ease up on the bone growth just a little bit, and yeah. So, I think this one in general, to be fair, turned out actually pretty cool. I also wanted to add a little bit more orange to the top because I'm like, well, it's mutated, so I can add a bit more colour and everything else, just to make it stand, give it a bit more like me. I know in general we have some kind of idea what dinosaurs kind of look like skin-wise and all this and stuff like that. I know some now decided to go to the point of going feathers and all the skin and everything. Like, it's so mixed up to what we now know. It's completely out the window now. So luckily this is mutated, so I can kind of go anywhere I want, which is ideal for this. But overall though, not a bad first one to do, and I quite, like I said, this is one of my favorite dinosaurs. Really liked how this turned out, and yeah, let's jump on to the next one. Oh, the Triceratops. This one, actually, I really like the look of. This looks really cool. I'm quite happy with this one. Now I'm trying to think of something else. Now, we did see this one in the trailer. I'm trying to pronounce it. Is it the Monosaurus? I am terrible at pronouncing names. I should mention that. But anyway, if you have seen the trailer, we've seen this multiple Jurassic Park films. It's literally the giant sea creature that can literally... It's the biggest one. It is so big, and yeah, it's a big one. It's a big boy. So, let's make that as another failed experiment, because it was pretty big. I can imagine even that one had some problems. So, yeah, let's make this one a bit more scarier and a lot more aggressive because of its mutation. So, yeah. Let's jump on back to the tab again, and let's jump on and see what we come up with for this one. A big, deep sea creature that is extremely huge, and it is so very big that obviously in today's ecosystem it would probably not do very well because of lack of food. Definitely lack of food. Actually, we'd have a lot of problems fishing and everything else, that's for sure. So, how was I going to mutate this? I wanted to mutate it further. So, had a few ideas. I thought I could draw two heads, and I'm like, okay, side by side. I'm like, I could do that. But then I thought, let's go further. Let us go further. What if it has a mouth, but then it has its other head inside of its other head? And, yeah. It pretty much has two heads, but they're inside of each other. And the other one leaches out, almost like we have some deep sea creatures we have in actual real life. Way down in the very depths, we have some very interesting ones. I think we have one that's like the goblin shark, if I'm correct, that does that. So I thought this would be interesting as a mutated version of the Monosaurus. I think I've said it right. I don't know. I'm trying my best to say his names correctly, but this one's definitely not the one I say the most. So, I think this should make it more terrifying, because it's not going just incredibly fast. I don't know how fast this thing would go, I'm not entirely sure, I haven't checked all the facts and everything, but with this probably extra mouth, this would probably make it even more. It's definitely gonna right at you before you can literally do anything. Actually, to be fair, I don't think you could do much of anything, but I think this just makes this even more terrifying. And it is, I wanted to really make this so much more disfigured, so I also added some of its ribs have expanded so much they're actually pushing against its literal skin on the side. That's where you can see the sides that I kind of decided to kind of highlight. Like, that is literally the bones really pushing it. Like, it's literally so thing-made that it's barely holding itself together. It's almost like there's two of them combined. That's probably what's happened. Two of them have kind of merged, but they're trying to separate almost. The inner one's trying to take control of the outer one, and I'm like, yeah, that's a messed up one. That's one that sounds like even harder to control. Double the appetite. So, yeah, that would definitely be harder to control, and definitely one you would not want to scare the people. That is definitely for sure. This would definitely make things a lot more terrifying if this thing was real. Thank God dinosaurs aren't around anymore, because we would be so screwed. And thank God they aren't muted to things like this. But then again, I don't know. So, like I said, I really want to make this like almost kind of alien vibes and all this, really just kind of go in for it and really just kind of go all out for this one. But the thing that I had a problem is I should mention, believe it or not, this is my second time doing this. Photoshop had crashed and I had to redo the line work, but it is finished. I'm glad it's finished. This is the second time doing this, but yeah. Again, this was awesome. Just apart from the slight hiccup that I had with Photoshop. God damn it, Photoshop, why did you have to crash? But yeah, really enjoyed this one, and this was another cool one to do. And there you guys have it, 2 mutated dinosaurs beyond recognition. Well, you can kind of recognize them, but you can tell they're kind of, yeah, they didn't go quite right. The DNA wasn't quite pure enough or perfect for what they were trying to go for, but I could definitely see these ones tied up and all this. It did look like when we saw in the Rebirth trailer that there were some other ones that aren't, well, they're not alive, but they pretty much were just in like stasis tanks and all this stuff like that. So it would be interesting to see. Hopefully they go a bit more depth in the actual film not, but overall with the actual pieces that I've done, I'm actually really happy how these ones turned out. I'm annoyed that I had to redo the line work again for the second one. Damn my software, that has actually never happened to me. I've never had to redo something, so this is a first. Was it annoying? Yes, because this video's had to take longer because I've had to redo it again. Fun! Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I do hope that the Jurassic Rebirth is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it when it eventually does come out. And yeah, I guess we'll see if it's good. Hopefully it is good. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm GreenFly. I'll see you later. Take care. Hopefully I've earned your subscribe and a like. Hopefully I have. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you later.